Hey, how's it going? My name is Rito and welcome to Flying Start Online. In this video, I'm going to tell you about a simple shift of mindset that can take you from zero to almost like $100,000 in 4 days, which is the kind of results that I've seen on my Shopify store. And for most of you, you might be thinking like these are insane numbers. How do you come to that? Well, believe me, I belong to a middle class mindset. Like I was always raised with with principles of saving money. And when I look back, I try to figure out like what happened that I was able to like go from that sort of mindset to splurging like thousands of dollars in a day in just advertising. Well, I'm going to get into that inside this video. There are going to be several important points that I'll cover, so please keep paying attention, don't skip any part and watch till the end. And with that said, let's dive in. So check this out. This was during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that entire weekend, which was in 2019. And we did almost $98,000 in almost $99,000 in turnover. I can actually refresh this page for you. I don't mind. So let it roll. All right, so here we are. So the same, like it's $27,000 in one day. Like on Cyber Monday also like almost $26,000 in one day. How do you reach these sort of numbers? And if you look back on this same store, so this is the same store just a year ago, all right, where I did like almost $2,200 in these 4 days of like Black Friday to Cyber Monday. How do you go from $2,200 to like almost $100,000? And an even weird part is like almost 1 year and 2 months that this store had existed. I actually did a video on this like several years ago. We did almost like $300,000 or something in turnover. I remember that, which is actually over a year of like hustling through the entire store, and I showed you like $100,000 in 4 days. So what really happened? So mainly two things that I would like to attribute this like mega change to. Now, even though this store has done millions of dollars in turnover, and I believe we are closing in on $1 million in profit on this store, but as with any other project, this did not start off with like me injecting hundreds of thousands of dollars in capital. I literally had a budget of a few $1,000s and I started off the store. It was okay in the beginning. Then I saw some losers. Then I found some winners. Then those winners became losers. Then found another winner. So I had to go through this up and down cycle, but at the same time, I was very careful with where I was spending my budget so that I didn't completely, exhaust my budget on like duds and losers. But eventually what happened was, and this is important, the first important thing which leads to, going from say $100 in turnover in a day to like $27,000 in turnover. Well, the change that happens is that you of course have to find a winner. That's all that said aside. You also have to make sure that you have reinvested your money properly in building up a solid foundation for your business. In the first year or year and a half of like the entire operations of this business, because I did not have a lot of like money to infuse in, so I could not go like, let's spend $10,000 a day on ads. No, that doesn't work like that because I didn't have $10,000 in like net profit for several months into the business. So what happens is whatever little profit you generate, you keep reinvesting that profit inside the business. It is easier said than done because a lot of people tend to like take back the money that they've made because of course they want to take out their living expenses and whatever. But I want to give you guys an important perspective here. If you truly want to be able to scale your business, you want to make sure that in the early few months of running your e-commerce store, you want to reinvest whatever profits you are making. And if you realize like you are not finding your winner quickly enough, so you need to be able to recapitalize or add more funds into the business so that you can continue to spend on advertising to find your winner. But in order to do that, you have to be convinced that this is the right business for you. So the foundation, why is it so important? Because if I had in the early days of the business started to take out money, because I was seeing profit here and there every single month. So if I started taking out money from this business, then I would not have been able to scale it to this level. So at any given point in time, I have almost like retail value of about $350,000 worth of inventory in my US warehouse. I always have that. Like when the inventory starts to deplete, I order more inventory and this cycle keeps on continuing. But I would not have been able to do that if I had started withdrawing money whenever I made a profit. I did withdraw a lot of money. In fact, this one store has given me a lot in my life, but especially in the early days of this business, I was not taking out any money from this business. I was just making sure that whatever profit was generated, it was put inside more marketing, more ad spend to grow the business even more, so that it went from like tens of thousands of dollars a month to like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. In this particular store, I have actually seen multiple months of like 100,000 plus, 200,000 plus, but it would not have been possible without this foundation that I'm telling you guys about. So be patient. When you find a winner, don't be quick to take out all your profits to celebrate your wins. It is important to celebrate your wins, but reinvest your profits. The second important tip I want to give you guys is regarding a mindset hack. I remember a couple of years ago, I just saw some random Instagram post, just scrolling through. It was some dropshipper or some e-commerce dude who was like making I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars in a day, and consistently for a long time. So for me, like long-term sustainable business that generates profits consistently is the winning equation. For me, that is a lot better than, having a business that does like say $100,000 in a month and then just shuts down because of whatever reason. For me, it is more important that a business continues for years and years and years and keeps giving you profit every single month, which is what this business has been doing for me. But on that Instagram post, I actually saw somebody making like tens of thousands of dollars a day consistently. And to be honest, I don't even remember who it was, what it was. I don't even remember the exact figures, but what I remember was a light bulb went in my head as soon as I saw this, because see, I already had a winning product by then, but I was never, I'd always been reluctant on spending more money on advertising. Let's just look at those same days that I showed you. Like from November 29 to December 2nd, 2019, we actually spent like $31,000 in ad spend. In those 3 days, we generated almost like, as I showed you, almost $99,000 or something in that range in revenue. So while it was pretty profitable for us these 4 days, but how do you go from spending like, $50 or $100 or $200 a day to spending almost like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a day? Because it's not like I was brought up that way or I had a silver spoon in my mouth. For me, like $1,000 is a big amount. It still is. $1,000 is a big amount. Like, to be honest with you, you can get a lot done in $1,000 in India. But what changed from me when I started seeing like not just that post, but other posts on Instagram, other videos of people sharing like big numbers, what I started noticing was, say you have a revenue of $10,000 in a month and you make a profit of 30%, like as high as 30%, which is insane. If you're in the e-commerce space, it is an awesome profit margin to be at, but it still is about just $3,000, right? But what if you had a profit percentage of say only 15%, or let's just go down. What if you had a profit percentage of just 10% on a revenue of 200,000? That's a profit of $20,000. So a difference between $3,000 and $20,000 is massive. And that is actually life-changing sort of difference. So that is what I started noticing. Like if you actually scale your business, yes, your profit margins are going down. But if you can figure out a way to maintain a level of scale which gives you decent enough profit that you can actually keep on recapitalizing the business also, so that you have a working capital like cycle going on and you're able to, still sustain it for weeks and months. So that is the kind of level you should be aiming at. So don't sell yourself short when you have found a winner. When you have especially started, figured out the system of so that you never run out of inventory, you want to make sure you're scaling as much as possible with a decent enough profit margin that gives you the confidence you're going to be in like a good chunk of profit at the end of the month, and just sustain that or grow that. So it was a big mindset shift for me when I started seeing those Instagram posts and those YouTube videos, and I hope that I'm able to convey like that sort of feeling that I had when I saw those posts through this video. I could never have imagined like someone like me spending $7,000, $8,000 in advertising on a single day, generating $27,000 in turnover. If you would have told me that like 3-4 years ago, I would have just walked away. Not possible. This is what happens, right? When you start seeing others doing it, it actually gives you a pump like what is possible, what can be done. And that in itself can actually lead to an amazing like mindset shift that can prove to be invaluable for your business. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below. Let me know in the comment section below what has been stopping you from scaling up, especially once you found your winning product. Or if you have successfully scaled up, I would love to hear your story too. So let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you next time. Until then, okay, tata, bye bye.